Hey everybody, it's Kate Richburg. Happy Friday. Today is August 8th. Can you believe it? It's August. We are definitely in August. Summer's flying by. I hope everybody's good. I've got all kinds of things to announce today. Let's see. I want to make sure that I'm off mute. I am. A big hi to Janice over on the other side of the computer, saying hello everywhere there. It's great to have everyone here. Thanks. These earrings are those, I don't know, they're those macrame ones I did a while back. I haven't worn them in a while, and I'm kind of liking them. I was looking at them thinking I need to make a fresh pair because they were really fun to do. Okay, let me tell you, I've got a lot to check in with you about today. So let me jump in and tell you. So if you opened up your newsletter this morning, you saw there was a bunch of stuff. I'm going to talk about the triangle collection, right? The triangle color collection. I'm going to show you an idea with that. We're going to look at the beads. There were a few left as of this morning. We had like just a couple of handfuls left. So I put those in to sell. I'm checking. As of this very moment, let me see. I'm trying to find where they are. Janice, you can probably find them faster than I can. Hang on. I don't want to taunt you if we've got 5 left. We have 5 as of this very, very moment. So if you want the triangle collection and you didn't grab it and check out, because just because you put it in your cart, it's not going to be there. Okay. And give us some feedback. Let us know what you think about the triangles. We did the triangles as a color collection to kind of see how you folks like them. They sold pretty well. I think you folks did like them, but I don't know. We're still kind of on the fence about whether to add them or not. So we'll see. Okay. But let us know. I want to hear from you. The other thing is a big shout out and a big thank you to our friends over at Softlex. They do every year a really fantastic customer appreciation week, and they asked me to be a part of it, which is really nice. I really was like, oh, I get to play. So what the criteria and stuff about it is, and it's linked over in the project that I'm doing, their Customer Appreciation Week starts September 15th. That whole week, there's a whole bunch of us that come on and do lives with Sarah and Kristen and Joan. And all of us have kits, and we do a bunch of different kind of techniques. It's going to be really fun. So the criteria is that you need to use Softlex, right? Either their Softlex wire or their Softlex training material. So I created a kit called Talking to Bees, and I will show you. It's up and ready for pre-sale. It's up on our site, and it's also linked. I don't know if it's linked quite yet over on Softlex, but the link to the Softlex Customer Appreciation Week is over on the product page. So we're pre-selling this project, this kit, and then the week of the 15th, I'll have my segment, and you will, let me see if I'm going to try and play around here. Hang on. I wonder if I can add this to there. No. Oh, wait, maybe. No. I was trying to kind of do a multiple screen thing, but it wasn't happening. That's okay. But you can jump over to Bead Shop. It's linked on the homepage. You can grab one. They're already about a quarter sold out. So quarter to a half, I think, maybe a third. I'll say a third. It's going to be a 3-strand necklace. It's going to be our Bollywood necklace style. And I think it's going to be really fun. I haven't done a necklace like that in a bit. So it is, Janice, it is the same week as my birthday. My birthday will be that Wednesday, the 17th. So I'll be here celebrating with you folks on my birthday. So we'll have to do something really crazy that day, I think. Oh, Sherry, thank you. They were really fun to make. I need to delve a little more into macrame, this kind of micro macrame thing. I'll put it under the camera so you can really see it. There we go. They were really, really fun to do. So I need to make some more. This, I think I used 0.4 millimeter. Let me see if I can focus this. I think I used the 0.4 Chinese knotting cord, but you could use CKC, right? You could do, come on, where's my zoom? Here we go. That's better. You could use the regular Ceylon as well, so you can kind of play around with it. But I think I used the 0.4 here is what I did. Let me see what else I have in. Oh, Leslie, thank you for letting me know. I think I need to make the SuperDuo collection shippable over the pond. I will do that, my friend. Unless Miranda, can you do it on the back end? Yeah, Miranda should be able to make it. I think I made it US shipping only. Thanks for bringing that up. Let me also tell you that, oh, Sharon, I love it. Candy Cooper showed neon beads today. I'm a trendsetter. I'll have to text her and be all, who's the trendsetter, Candy? So funny. I love it. I love it.
For the Softlex kit?
No, not for the Softlex kit, for the SuperDuos, but make sure that the other one is as well. That's shippable. And of course, over the pond is not free shipping, but you know, it's how we did those other ones. Mm-hmm. Okay. Miranda's got it covered. Perfect. Miranda, you're so smart. That's our catchphrase. We can all say it together. I will, Leslie. I'll let you know when Miranda has it all sorted. We'll let you know. That being said, also, let me tell you, the SuperDuos, we only have that SuperDuo kit that, 10 more. We've got 10 more available. So that's that. So we will be carrying the SuperDuos in individual tubes, but this is it. We had to limit it. We didn't really think it would sell quite as quickly as it did. So, so when we're sold through, that's going to be it for this. But we will have the SuperDuo duets available to purchase in September sometime. Okay, so if you've missed it, if you missed the pre-sale kit, you'll be able to get them in the long tubes. That's happening. So triangles, color kit, talking to bees. I think I've got it all covered.
Sorry, one more question.
Oh, sure.
United Kingdom?
Yeah, UK. Yeah. Okay. So Leslie, it should be ready. I'm sorry, Terry. I don't mean to have high pressure sales tactics, but I get in trouble when I don't tell you. I get emails saying, Kate, why didn't you say? So, you know, we always, I dropped my earring. We always appreciate you, and your purchases and your support. And I know you're just teasing for sure. So thank you. But, you know, again, my friends, my dear friends, we could not do it without you, and we appreciate each and every single one of you. There we go. Yeah, she just needed the shove right over the fence. So I promise that I'm really looking forward to the show with Danielle, because I'm going to make one of these guitar strap bracelets just for me. I'm very excited.
When are you launching the ones?
Oh, and the clasp. So the clasp, thank you for reminding me, Miranda. Miranda, you're so smart. Some of you have emailed in about the clasp. And about the clasp that she uses. We ordered a whole bunch and they're coming in. We're going to launch them soon. Janice and I will get our heads together and figure that out. The clasp is not included in the kit, okay, or in with the collection, okay. That's going to be a separate. Janice, Miranda is working on it right now. I will give you the heads up. Not quite yet,
I think
but
I just have to put in the custom stuff. But
the cut, yeah. So
pretty much.
yeah, okay. Give it 2 more shakes and it should be ready to go. So yeah, so the clasp that she did for the bracelet will have it. We'll have it available, but it does not come included with the mix of those. Terry's also asking about the Gem Duo duet. So the good news on those is, yes, we're getting a whole ton of those in, and great, Leslie's got it. She's ordered it, and we should see her order on the other side. Perfect. I love this customer service in real time. Isn't that? It's kind of fun. So any other questions? Any other CS questions? I can pass right over to Miranda because A, she's so smart. B, she's right there. So Miranda, you're so smart. What was I saying? Where am I going? Who are all of you? So yeah, we will have those. And I guess that's it. I guess I finished my thought. I don't know. All right, let's get to this, and it'll come back to me. Oh, yes, Terry. Look at that. Terry's saying me. Why would I need a bead with 2 colors? Danielle Wicks. You'd best sit down for this, yeah. Terry.
Let me hold your hand.
Right. So Miranda has been looking, this was my thought. Miranda has been looking at the Gem Duo duets. And she's been making notes and taunting me with colors. What was it was some polychrome something?
It's, well, the mixed berry and cream.
Mixed berry and cream. And there's some kind of
navy and ivory.
Navy, ivory, and there's some kind of polychrome. It's like a triple color or something. I don't know. Anyway, trust me. That's next on our list. Poor Janice is going to have to go back to the oxygen, right? Poor Janice. So all of these are going to be lined up for those fall drops. So I promise you, we'll get them. But yes. And oh, Ramona, thank you. Isn't that sweet with the gentle and thought-provoking bee kit? Thank you. I love the idea of talking to bees. I have a lot of bees. We've made kind of our front garden, kind of a pollinator garden. And we have lots and lots and lots of bees. And I've always loved bees. And my granddad used to have beehives. The bee man would come and put the hives out to pollinate his trees and stuff. So I've always had this thing for bees. And there's that tradition of when something monumental happens in your life, it's a tradition to kind of go out and kind of unburn yourself by telling the bees about it. So that's kind of what was in my head when I created these. So thank you, Ramona. I'm so glad. And it's going to be a really fun make for us to do this together. And thank you, JP. Here's the news on the clasps. So we'll have them in we've ordered as many as we can. Hopefully they're going to be restocked soon. As you know, now it's harder when companies run out of things. It takes a little bit of a time to get them back in. So we can use that Danielle clasp that we're going to launch, but you can also use the Rosos 5 that we already carry with this project as well. And we'll be showing both of them. Okay. Yeah, and Sally said, you had me at Polychrome Gem Duo. Right? It's so good. I think when we started carrying the duets, we carried the duets, literally, it was probably 8 years ago. Maybe we were just early and we didn't have the right product for them or the right project or whatever. So I'm so stoked that you love them because I kind of love them too. All right, let's get to these Miyukis, shall we? And let's take a look at these triangles. I kind of want to show you about them. I've had some in my stash for a while, but I haven't used them a ton. But I do like them, and I like the shape. I like the colors. For this color collection, when we chose it, and this one had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This had 12 tubes in it when you got yours. Okay. And these are all in, I think they're about 10 gram tubes, right? So this is what you got. And we tried to kind of make a collection that kind of went with each other. So we got the ones that were transparent and color lined. Okay, so the way that these are, and Terry, this is a great question. Terry wanted to ask, are the triangle beads smooth edge or a bit rougher like the small hex seed beads? There are two kinds of triangles actually out there on the market. There are Miyuki, I think they're called sharp triangles or whatever, or they're the soft-sided triangles. These are the soft-sided. Okay, so let me try and isolate the way that they were packaged. I tried to package them in kind of a rainbow. It's kind of a cool rainbow color order that we did them in. Kind of like that, right? Aren't those pretty? Really, I think really just gorgeous. Let me zoom out just a little. And so here they are. They are definitely triangles. They're three-sided. Let me, yeah, these are definitely bead crochetable for sure. I think anywhere that you use A-dots, to be honest, you could use these, right? They're the A-dot size, but they're a triangle. Can you see that triangle shape right there? I really like them. So I think we could definitely peyote stitch with them. What I'm going to do, I also want to try and herringbone stitch with them. Let me just flat peyote this for just a sec. I just want to see how they look. This is really, I always tell myself, oh, I'm going to be super prepared. Well, yesterday getting ready with all the stuff, and we're making this epic project for the retreat. You know how it is. So I thought you wouldn't mind if I just kind of played around on the live broadcast. Cherie, I agree. These do add, they do have a lot of sparkle, I think, just because of the cut. They're not 2, 4, 6, let me put on 8. They're not faceted. It's that triangle shape of them. So the colors that I have on the needle here This is the 1168 and the 1527. Okay. I'm just going to put these down just like this. And we'll peyote stitch by, let me get in a little tighter here. Hold, please. Let me see if I can get in there. There we go. Okay, so skip a bead, put on a bead. I'm going to put the same color of bead on that I'm skipping and go through a bead. Okay, so that's our peyote stitch. Skip a bead, put on a bead, go through a bead. Okay, let me get those out of the way and try and get through here. I'm just using Fireline because, and I'm using Fireline in white. So there's that. Skip a bead, put on a bead, it's the same color that I'm skipping, and go through a bead. And I put 8 beads on at the beginning, except this one got twisted. Fantastic. Isn't that how it always is? Let me see if I can untwist it. What's going on here? Okay, that's right. This is right. Yes, there we go. So now skip a bead, put on a bead, go through a bead. Okay. So here's this. And yeah, Emily was doing the tubular peyote. You could definitely do tubular peyote with this. I was thinking, Alita, about showing you tubular herringbone. That's really good to hear. I'm gonna see if my tubular herringbone skills don't fail me. I'm gonna do this for just a few, and then I'll see what happens. Okay, let me go like this. So let me do, I'll just do another couple of rows so we can kind of see what this looks like. Okay. So now once we've done that first row, it's a lot easier because these beads stick up, right? So I put one on in the opposite color. Come here, go through. So this is just, it's a 4 row. I put on 8 in the initial row, and then you stitch, right, 4 and 4. This is going to be stripes because that's kind of the pattern that I'm putting on. Yeah, and holding them between my fingers, they do not feel rough or anything like that. So there are those. You can see that was the 4th row. And that does have a lot of gleam and glow. So let's put this one on. If that bead gets loose, pull on that first bead, then pull it tight, then you're good to go. And the triangles, since they are that 3 side, they do lock in pretty well, one against the other, but they do have a little bit of surface texture. I don't know. I like them. I mean, it definitely gives things a different look. And these, especially since they're all silver lined, they do have a glow to them. Let me tighten that up. Pull that tight. Go. All right. So this would be fun to just do. They work up quick because they're size 8s. You could work this up in just kind of anything that takes a flat peyote would work out well. right? You could come in and do a little round bead, right? And kind of make it long enough and zip it up so it's like a little tube. Let me do one last row here. And then maybe I'll move to herringbone, which I'm a little nervous about because I haven't done in a while. But if it all ends in tears, I'll go back to it. Okay. So there we are. I'm going to get a little closer so you can see it. So there it is. Has a real nice, I like the high contrast color. It's great. And this, the 8 across, let me measure that. So yeah, my mom's saying it is a perfect August birthday bracelet. I wonder who has August birthdays, Miranda and Gwen. Let me go to inches. Yeah, it's just shy of an inch, about 20 millimeters across. Okay, real pretty. All right, let me see. I'm going to pull this back. Let me see if I can start a tubular herringbone. Let me do a different color. I will start. This blue is really pretty, isn't it? There we go. Look at how pretty that color is. Just a nice light colorway. Okay, here's my fire line. Let me cut a piece of that. Emily goes over, I mean, we have a ton of peyote. We also have a tubular herringbone tutorial. Emily did some really gorgeous tubular herringbone pieces. Sorry, let me hold this. Let me do this right and not rush it. Let me needle the thread, pull that down, hold the needle with my right hand, and needle that thread. There we go. Her tubular herringbone necklace is really gorgeous. I'm going to bring my never-ending one. I always bring it to the retreat and stitch like 3 inches on it and then put it away till the next year. So it's about time for it to make its appearance. Okay, I'm going to put 8 on, I think. Right? And I'm going to put them all on as the same color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one more. And I think we start this with just a ladder stitch like we would with brick stitch. Herringbone is similar to brick. So I'm going to go around, right? There's my little, that's not right. Screwed up already. Hang on. I'm going to go in a circle. There we go. Sorry, I'm trying to put this so you can see it. There we go. That's what the ladder stitch should look like right there. Let me get a little tighter. Okay, so you can see what's going on. So I'm going to ladder stitch. I'm going to do this kind of in Kate time so you can see how this goes. Sorry, this is on white thread. I don't think I want to, you can kind of see what's going on though, I hope. I don't know. I didn't really think that out very well. But just keep ladder stitching. until you've got them all stitched up. So again, this is also, I'm 100% sure you could brick stitch with these as well, right? Get that one in there, and then this one, and then I'll check and see if there's comments. All right. Let me just make sure that this is, oh, do I have that right? It is. That one's sitting right. No, something's funny here. Hang on. That's right. That's right. This is right. It's this one. It's the last one that I stitched. It doesn't go through the same way. It has to go around in a circle like this. Okay. There we go. So like always, your first row always looks like the dog's breakfast. Okay, so there's that. Let me take a look and see if oh, great. Tana, thanks for letting me know. Danielle has a pattern for fringe earrings on her site using the triangle beads. That's great. That's great. Am I doing it? Uh-oh, Alita, am I doing it wrong? Some people do it two needle. I don't know. Hopefully. Hopefully I'm on track. Okay, now I'm going to close this up. I'm going to bring this around, and I'm going to close this so I join the ends. Okay? And I'm going to go through that join. I'm going to go through that join twice right here, like this, and I'm going to tie a knot. I know people don't always tie knots, but I want it to stay tight. I want my loop to stay tightened. Okay, I'm going to tie that in a square knot, and then I'll thread burn that later. I don't want to tie it too tightly. There we go. So see how I've got my little circle right there. Okay. Okay. Oh, good. Shoo. I guess, I don't know. You know, when I certainly march to my own my own tune when it comes to starting seed bead work, right? Okay, so I formed the loop. So now what I'm going to do is I am just going to pass my needle up. Okay, like that. All right, so I'm going to put on 2 beads. 1 and 2, and I'm going to go down the second, right? That's where I came up. I'm going to go down the second one. What makes tubular herringbone different from, like, you know, tubular peyote or brick stitch or whatever is that your little sets of beads, you work in 2s. Okay, so I'm going to go up this one, and I'll put on another set of 2, and I'll go down the bead next to it. Okay, here. And our step up, you'll see, I'm going to do a step up here. I've got to do 2 more rounds. So this comes up, I go up with that needle. I put these 2 on. I go down, and then here's my my final, I'll come up this one, put on my 2, 1 and 2, and go down this one. And then we'll look and see what we have. Okay, I'll show you what it is. It's a little loosey-goosey. I'm going to kind of push them to the side so you can kind of see it. Okay, can you see how I stitched that group of 2 all the way around? Okay, can you see that? I'm going to oh, Emily, thank you. The candy floss, that's the one. Thank you, Em. That's the one to go watch. Emily showed this with that, and she taught it much better than I did. And I think there's episode notes and something like that. Okay. So now what I have to do is I have to step up. Okay. So I'm going to tighten this. You know, Emily put hers around a little toothpick. I'm going to put mine kind of around this, around the end of this file. Okay, so I've got something to hold on to. So now I have to do my step up. So I'm down here. I'm going to come up. See these, there's no little connection through there. I'm going to come up here and here to this one. Okay, let me see if I can get a little closer. Emily, I hope I'm doing this right. I may have to phone a friend, but I think this is right. I'm coming up. Okay, now I'm going to put 2 more, 1 and 2. I'm going to come in and I'm going to just come through this next single one right there. Okay, so there's that one. Now I come up through the one next to it. Okay, this thread is bothering me. There we go. Everything will kind of tighten and regulate itself. I'm not going to worry about it too much. See, my thread is a little bit loose here, but I have faith that it'll work out. So the 2 on, come down to the one below it, tighten. Because it's herringbone, they kind of sit kind of, you know, like that, right? Put the, whoops, come up this bead. Put these 2 on, 1 and 2, and go down. Okay. And now come up. And we'll do our last one. Okay. Put on 2, 1 and 2. Hopefully I'm still in frame. Go down that one. And now I step up again, right? It's time to come up this one and that second one. Okay, does that make sense? Right? Let me check the comments. Yeah, I know, right? Let me watching without helping you. I knew it would. I hope this is okay. I hope this is okay. I might be doing a little bit of a hack job, but I think it's all right. I'm going to do one more round. 1 and 2. Yeah, let me back up a little. I'm a little tight. Let me, now that you've seen me do that. There we go. All right, these 2 I'm going to come down this one and see, this is how you connect the side. I'm trying to remember what Emily taught me about herringbone. See how these little waggly fingers aren't connected, but they get connected with the row below. See that right there? And then I'll put on 2, 1, 2. I go down to the row below it and up. I love herringbone stitch. Maybe that's why I am kind of falling back into it. I really love it. I love the way it looks. I really, really love it. There we go. I come up this one to connect that little section right there. Okay. And then these two. Okay. Now I'm going to throw a wrench in the design. I want to see. So here it is. Look how nice that herringbone looks around. This is really perfect for herringbone, right, Em? It looks pretty good. All right, so now, before I forget where I am, before I forget what I'm doing, I'm going to go up. One of the things that Emily taught us in her rope, her more advanced herringbone, is we went from these beads to like different beads, right? We went with some different shapes or finishes or whatever. So I'm going to add some regular 8. I'm going to do 2 herringbone rows of regular 8/aughts. Okay? So I've stepped up. This is just an 8/aught, just what I had sitting here. This is the 8-2030. Okay. So this goes through, right? I go through. These sit on top. And I'll go to the next one. Janice is saying, Kate, your beadwork reminds me of that square sugar candy that came on a stick. Was it just rock candy, JP? Square sugar candy that came on a stick. Jolly Ranchers?
On a stick?
On a stick?
Sugar baby. Sugar daddy.
No, she's saying I bet it's that rock crystal. What's that?
Not a circle.
No, I think, remember you used to be able to get like rock crystal candy like at the boardwalk. That was my favorite because it did look like diamonds. It looked like crystals. It's got to be rock candy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Rock candy. Yeah. Okay. So that's going to come up and I'm going to put 2 on. And I urge you folks to go to Emily's Candy Floss project. It's under herringbone, under seed bead herringbone. It's a good one. So see here, now I put a row of blue. Okay, I'm going to do one more row. So we're going to step up like this. And I'm going to put 2 more on. Once you get this going, right, like any seed bead technique, it gets easier, right?
Oh, that's pretty.
What's that?
The candy floss.
It is pretty, isn't it? You guys, I've been so lucky this week. Our friend Sarah is here helping us.
Is that what the
And we could not, she's helping me with prep, with retreat prep. You guys, just wait. I'm doing a really fancy wrap bracelet for the retreat, for my portion of the retreat. So it's going to debut at the retreat. And then I may do it as a show. But Sarah's here with her amazing laddering skills. And I could not be doing this without her. What's that?
Tell me more.
It's true.
Sarah, you're so smart.
Sarah, you're so smart. So see, here's the 2 rows. So Janice, this is a great question. I'm going to zoom in at these. Nancy's saying she can't wait. I know, Nancy, I have started your kit. Nancy, your kit is earmarked. It's going to be so fun. I'm making everybody's wrap bracelet kits. I have to make 24. They're all different. They're really, really fun. We'll announce the retreat dates for next year. I'll have them. As soon as we as we finish our retreat. And it's going to be fun. I'll try and broadcast. It's going to be really fun. So see here's the ADOTs. Janice, the ADOT triangles do look a little bit different. There's Sue. I can't wait for you either. We're going to have so much fun. And Alita, we're going to have fun. I hate to leave anyone behind. So don't worry. If you're not joining us, we're going to make sure you have fun too. I promise you. It'll be fun. The sneak peeks. So now, dare I put in a 6? Do you think that I can make the jump? I'm just going to try it. And if it ends in tears, I'll take it out, right? It's perfect if you have just a few of the 6/0s, like from Miranda's mix. I have a few 6/0s left from the Placer mix that are just sitting here burning a hole in my desk. I think I'll make this bead all blue. So I'm going to do, I need 2, 4, 5. Emily, I hope this is going to be right. 6, 7, 8. Maybe I should make it green. No, I'm going to make it contrast. Okay. Yes, Nancy, you have turquoise in your kit. A special. A spesh. Let me see, is it that color I want? I've got 2 different greens in here. I think I want that green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I also cannot wait for Emily to do her metal clay at the retreat. We are going to hopefully, maybe I can, if I can't stream, hopefully I can video and post. We'll see what happens. Okay, so now I'm just going to do the same thing, right? But I just let the beads get bigger, right? So I'm going to go here, right? Like that. And I'm just going to do one round of 6s, and then I'm going to go back down to these 8s. So I'm going to put in 2 6s, go down. They're kind of big, but I'm not going to worry about it yet. Right? I'm going to go through. Gosh, I hope I don't run out of thread. Like this. Oh, whoops. I went down through 2. I don't want to do that. I just want to go down through 1. Whoops. Hang on. Hang on. The wheels are coming off the cart. Hang on. That. I need to unthread. I know better. Take the thread out. See, I came down that second bead. I should have come back through this bead. I was getting too excited talking about metal clay and about the 6/0, about all that business. Focus, focus, focus. Let me just pull this out. That'll make it easier. Okay. Rethread. That out. That one right there. Okay. Back on the straight and narrow. Yeah, my mom, I believe, Mama, is going to come on Saturday and stay over until Sunday at the retreat. It's going to be fun. Go through. And, whoops. Sorry, needle that. I need to stay focused at the task at hand and not think about retreat. But Miranda, a week from today, we will be on the road.
I'm so excited.
To the retreat on Miranda's birthday. There we go. Okay.
Creativity is flowing through.
Yeah, it's correct. All right. So this, there we go. Okay. Back on the straight and narrow. I go through this, just one, not two. Okay. There we go. Now I come up with that one. Yeah, those tuck in okay. I think I've done this. I think I've made the leap from 8s to 6s before with herringbone. Okay. Like that. There we go. And up. And these two. And down. And is that 4? What are you doing? Oh,
Sorry.
Miranda's like, I need to get to these beads. And up this one and 2 more. Okay. 1 and 2. Okay. Just like that. So now we're going to go back to the 8s. And this is really going to tell me if this is going to be a mess or if it's going to work. I'm going to go up. I need to step up here and here. And I'm going to go back down to the 8s. Oh, there's Emily's wise words. Thanks, Em. I was hoping you'd tune in, you'd chime in. Herringbone is a little looser tension, so those 6/0 are going to be a little floppy until I do some more 8/0 on top. Thank you for the reassurance. Awesome. Thanks, Em. My beading lifeline. I put my 2. I go down. I go across. My 2. I go down. So I'm not going to worry about how this tension is a little wackadoodle. Okay? I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to trust in the process and say that when I put the second row of 8/0, it's going to work. Okay? So like that. Right? Now it's starting to tighten up a little. I'll come up through this one. Put the 2 more 8/0. And now I'm going to do another 8/0 row. Step up. And this is where, after this, things should start to tighten up. Okay, I'll just see. Hang on. Okay. So let me just put this. And, you know, you guys, nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? I mean, you have to try it. And just doing a short, just like Emily was talking about on Wednesday, you know, do your little sampler, figure it out. I haven't committed that much time or effort to this, but I wanted to see if it would work. I'm getting short on thread. There we go. I knew something was kind of off. Right, so when I come around and stitch these back in, I think it's going to hold. Oh, and Emily, thank you for this. I probably should be using something a little bit heavier. Emily's saying the fire line is small and slippery, so that's not helping out either. That is probably true. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do the Danielle Wicks adding some more thread trick here. Kind of hard to see. Let me put a little blue post-it there. I guess I could have gone with the heavier. This is a 4-pound. I could have gone with the heavier fire line for sure. I'm going to tie this square knot like Danielle tells us to do. And then I'm going to burn it. Because, like Emily was saying, this thread is so slippery that I don't want to weave it out and weave it back in. Let me get a thread burner here. Pull this tight. I'm going to thread burn a little mushroom on this end. Emily, what would you use for this herringbone? Would you use KO? What did we use in that candy floss project? I'm trying to burn a little. One of these thread burners needs, I think that one needs a fresh battery. Oh, add a little beeswax. That's actually a great idea. See, I'm mushrooming that so that when I pull this tight, this is a Danielle Wicks trick. I should have a darker piece of paper under this. It's mushrooming down. So now when I pull it, yeah, bigger fire line and beeswax. Okay, good call. There we go. See how that knot pulls? And since these holes are so large, that little knot isn't going to be a problem. Okay. So I've added more thread. All right, let's see what happens. And you can, you know, use some of the suggestions to see. I mean, I don't know, maybe I should have just put 1 6/0 in between these. Do you think that was too many and I should have just done 1? Could I do that and stitch those in? I also remember, that you put, if we look down the center of this, didn't you put like a little bead or something in there that we stitched around to kind of hold it kind of bulbously, if that makes sense? I'm going to keep stitching though. I'm going to see this through. Okay. Yeah, we did an 8mm. That's right. Let's see. So Emily says no, just not to take out and do 1. I'll keep the 2. Okay. The peyote stitch portion of this show was very easy. But I thought, you know, let me just throw in a little herringbone. Let's throw in something to the mix that's going to challenge me a little bit. Come on. I see it. I'm going to cut this. There we go. So I've got a nice, and I'm going to flatten it just a little bit. There we go. Then I'll needle. I can see it go through there. Come on. Do your fingers ever feel like super giant when you're trying to thread this needle? That's what mine are feeling like right now. I see the end. I just have to grab it. Come on. There it goes. Okay. Whew. All right. So now, let me keep stitching. I'm going to go here. Come up this one. See if I can pop that knot through. Yeah, the knot's not going to be a problem. Pull that tail a little bit more. Put 2 of these on. Oh, whoops. Yeah. Did I do it right? Yeah. Go down this one. Go across. Now I'm going to try and pull this tension a little bit tighter to pull in these little legs in between. This one. And, you know, I should have just kept doing a triangle tube. I don't know what I was thinking. But, you know, I had to throw something in there. I could have just gone back to triangles in the middle too, which may have been a better idea. 1 and 2. Oh, so now I'm back to triangles. All right, let's see. I'll stitch these and then we'll troubleshoot it. Okay. This one goes down. So don't, maybe on your first go round, don't make it hard on yourself by trying to go up and down with different sizes, right? But no harm, no foul. Just a little tester. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, see how these 6/0, I mean, they're okay. But they're a little, see how they're a little wonky around here, right? Let me put these on. This part of the tube, though, I'm in love with. This part with the triangles. Let's see how it finishes up. This goes up, this goes down. This is one, Emily, for the sample jar, right? Emily's famous jar. This one, did I come up? No. But it's looking better with each round. So maybe it's a test in patience. I don't know. That one and that one. And now, yeah, that's right. I just want to make sure I'm going in the right direction. This one. There we go. Triangle, triangle. And down. And now step up. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so here we go. I mean, it's not terrible. I don't know that I love the 6s. My tension could be better. Let me see if I can shove a bead in there to make it sit better. This is a Matubo, a 2/0. I don't know, maybe. Is that better? I'm just going to keep going, right? I mean, we're almost done. I have like 3 more rows. Then we'll call it. I'm going to leave that Matubo in there and see what happens. See how this tension here is really nice? And can you see how this tension is wackadoodle? Right? But that's okay. Let's see if I can tighten it up. Yeah, different fire line. Maybe I'd go with the 6-pound. I think Emily's advice with the beeswax is also right on target. And if you're practicing this, I think you can move, just if you're just starting out, I think you can move between the 8/0 triangles and the regular 8/0s, maybe introducing the 6/0s right at your start. Maybe not the best idea, but I don't know. And said that Clarissa is saying maybe if I had reinforced or stitched the green row, maybe. But I think that if my thread choice was a little better, I wouldn't be so bothered. But see, this also is regulating itself pretty well, actually, now that, see, the tube, it's tubing, right? So, I have 1 more row after this one. This. But I urge you to try herringbone if you haven't. And if you got yourself the triangle mix, I would say do it. Because I think the triangles are perfect for tubular herringbone. I really love how they look. So this comes up. Yeah, I did 4 rows. So my guess is I'm going to talk myself through this. When I go to the last row of this, Emily, I stay stitch the last row, and I connect all of the little fingers together, I'll bet, on my last row. I bet that's what I do. This and up. That Matubo, I don't know. That Matubo might have been a bad idea. Can I get it out? Yeah. It needs something round. Emily put an 8/0 round. That Matubo wasn't the right bead for being in there. So I've stepped up and I have 1 more row. Okay. Like this. And then I'll come in around. It was just confirmed by my remote bead consultant. That is indeed what I do. I mean, seriously, you guys, I haven't done tubular herringbone for like, I don't know, since the last bead retreat, so like a year. So I'm glad this mostly worked out. That's just what I'm glad for. This. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I think this is my last one. Yeah. Right here. Okay, so I'm going to put my final 2 on. I'm going to go down here, and this is where I'm going to zip it up, right? So it's coming here. So I'm going to go through, did I go through this one? I think I don't go through 2. No, I have to. I have to go through 2. Let me get rid of that red. I'm going to come here. I'm just going to keep stitching around, right? So it closes everything up. So that gets closed. This goes down. This goes through. This goes up. That goes down. This goes down. So it's almost like, I mean, you're not really doing a ladder stitch, but you're closing this last little round up, right? There's a couple of good questions here. Deborah's asking, so do I think that the triangles are more reflective? I do. I think that they're really reflective, and I think that's right? So now, let me make sure that I stitched this last one correctly. I don't know that I did. Hang on. Oh, I think I just need to go down here. There we go. Yeah. And I just think I need to make, let me bring this up. I think everything's connected. Let me just make sure. That's with the ladder stitch. That's all the way across. This isn't quite, there's still some openings here. So I think I need to reverse this way. I think, what am I thinking? I'm thinking that, yes, these are very reflective. They add a little bit of surface texture, which I like, right? I like that too. Yeah, so I would like to do a little more work with this. I would also like to work on weaving these with a loom. Yeah, I do have, Michelle, a partially finished. Emily did the green one that's on the website. It's gorgeous. I have one that's like an epic, it's a crazy epic one that I'm going to bring with me to the retreat. Okay, that probably could have been finished off a little bit better, but I'm not going to belabor it too much. Let me put this through this thing, and let's take a look at what we've got. Okay. So here's that, and there's that. And let me focus. And let me show you what I've got. Do we have that candy floss bracelet? I think keep looking at those.
I've seen the mix.
No, I think it might be in with the bracelets. Keep taking a look at those, you guys. I think that I have it in that bracelet bin. I saw it not that long ago. Those are wraps, but I have one more bin that says bracelets. Don't I? Earrings, let's say. Necklaces. Oh, well, here's Emily's herringbone. I should think of these things before I start the show, but you know, whatever. So, whatever. I have so many things to think about. I found Emily's herringbone right here. Let me show you. It's just exquisite. And you can see some of the different sizes she used with it. I've got to untangle this here real quick. Okay, wait for it. So see here in Emily's, I'm going to scoot back a little bit. I think that when Emily did hers, she's just a little more skilled at keeping her tension. See how my tension is wonky a little bit right here. But it needs a little bit of work, but I would do this again. And I think my second round would be a lot better. Okay. But take a look. Emily did this in 11/0. And the herringbone is much more defined in those 11s. And see how she went from a shadow to that big Baroque pearl and back down. Look, those are the 8s in between the 11s. And then here are, let me go in a little bit tighter. So I think if you look at this project, this would be a great project to incorporate those triangles into, right? Here's some of those little cuts, 11/0 cuts. There's cubes. Look at how nice those cubes look, right? Look at that little cube section. Really, really pretty, right? Yeah, it's really gorgeous. Let me just kind of double it over. But I think it would be fun to play around and add some of these triangles, maybe in place of those cubes. And it is a 4 bead. Yes, this necklace, if we look, it is on Bead Shop. If you go to, let me get there. I believe it's under necklaces, and I believe it's under herringbone necklaces. Bear with me here just a second. Let me go to the website. I'll put it on the home page. Okay. I'm going into projects. I'm going under necklaces. I'm scrolling down, and I'm going to. Oh, maybe it's in Seed Bead School. I bet that's what it is. Oh no, tubular herringbone stitch. Here it is. It's there. Tubular herringbone. This is called Into the Woods. This piece. So it's all there. And there's a nice layout photo of it too. And it has a complete list and a link to, and it has some episode notes and everything. It's very complete and ready for you to play with that. I love this piece. This has always been one of my favorites with Emily. So I'm glad that we kind of pulled these triangles into the mix. So I urge you to try out this herringbone. And here's the herringbone with the flat peyote. And I bet that you could do the tubular peyote like Emily did on Wednesday with it too. Terry, that's a really good question. And we don't have a sort option by skill level, though we put the skill level in. I'll have to see. I'm in the middle of thinking about how to organize our projects now. That is a project for me to tackle maybe this fall, because we have over 1,000 projects on our website, literally 1,000 projects, plus archive projects, right? From old bead shop days, right? Plus skill builders, right? So I want to think about a way, and we do have filters, so I need to think about maybe if we can add some filters. I don't know, but it's coming. Yeah, search in a keyword. Yeah, that's what it's going to be, but I got to make sure that all the keywords are right and all the tags are right. But hopefully we'll get there. But this to say is, I mean, you folks forgot all about this tubular herringbone, right? If you're not sure what to, and I should write a newsletter about it. If you're not too sure what to make, go to our projects and just go down a rabbit hole. Click and keep going. Click into those photos, because behind, like if you look at tricks to laddering, click into tricks to laddering, and then click, you'll see like you know, it's like the snake can opens and the snakes all jump out, right? I mean, there's a billion projects behind that, right? But I think the herringbone is super fun, especially if you folks got these in the triangles. I think it's a great way to jump in and kind of play around with it. This is such a classic project. Maybe we'll have Emily revisit this because it's just so gorgeous. This is a 4-up, I think, with the 11s, but you could do the same. I just love it. This has always been one of my favorites with Emily. So yeah, when you don't know what to make, click in, and don't forget on the projects under learning, and you scroll, there's a menu that drops down. You see archived projects. Archived projects means that maybe we haven't had those beads in a while. Maybe they're old school bead shop projects, and we had our brick and mortar stores. A lot of those archive projects have our old store handouts connected to them. And our old store handouts, each handout was like a book. I'm not kidding. We would really take gorgeous pictures. We'd really write just exquisite directions. So if you're new here, or if you're just finding us, don't forget to give us a like and a subscribe. Let me tell you that. Number 2, go deep, dive deep into those projects. And I think you'll find a lot of inspiration there. Monica, the triangles that we have, these are soft-sided triangles. They're not the sharp ones. So they're not, so they're really fine. They're great. Kim Golias is saying, I tend to do herringbone over a leather core. It's just easier for me. I would agree. You could put leather inside. I was also thinking, Kim, we could put some wheat chain down there. I don't know. I need to put my glasses on because I can't see. There we go. Let me see if I can get wheat down there. But you could definitely do 5mm cord. Yeah, the wheat chain goes through. That gussies it up a little bit, right? But when I do this again, I think maybe if I wanted to do a bead contrast, maybe I'd just stick with the triangles here. Maybe I'd just stick with the 8s. I might give it another go with these 6s to see if I can get it nice and tight, kind of like what Emily did here. So there's a lot of, experimentation that you can do with this. And it will be a fun weekend project to play around with. So let me say, before I sign off, don't forget you can find us everywhere online. Facebook, our really fantastic Facebook page called The Bead Table. It's our beadshop.com group. Lots of friendly, wonderful people over there. Lots of really friendly and wonderful projects over there. Of course, our Instagram at beadshop.com. Hit us up over there. If you make any thing with our projects or products, give us a tag at beadshop.com so we'll make sure to see it. Our Pinterest pages have a lot of inspiration on them. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification button if you're watching us on YouTube, because we're inching our way to 100,000 and I want to inch even closer. So if you're watching, do me a solid, hit that subscribe, would you, down there. And if you need to reach out, hit us up at info@beadshop.com. I know I owe a few of you emails, so I'm going to wrap those up for the week. So apologies if you're waiting to hear from me. Okay. But I'm about a day and a half behind on those emails. So I'll get to those before I sign off for the weekend. Speaking of which, I will be back on Wednesday as usual for our live broadcast. There will be no Free Tip Friday a week from today, because a week from today, Miranda and I hopefully will have already arrived at the retreat and we'll be having some lunch. Okay. But I'll stay tuned. I'll keep in contact. Check your newsletters. There's going to be lots of fun stuff coming down this week per usual. So thank you so much. Emily, a big thank you to you for coaching me on from the sidelines. I'm no herringbone expert, but I appreciate your expertise. Janice, of course, we also appreciate you for being here today and doing all of that linking. And last, but certainly not least, I'm thankful to all of you for your support that you give our smallest of small businesses, because without you out there, we here wouldn't be able to do what we love. So that's it. Have a fantastic weekend, my dear friends, and I'll see you next week for the live broadcast. Thanks all. Bye-bye.